In this episode, Ryan shows you how he structured a rent-to-rent deal when he found the property on Rightmove, offered a rental figure £1,200 less than the rent he secures from a tenant, so that this one deal Ryan rents generates £1,200 net every month in his business. This deal did not cost anything to find and no sourcing fee to pay. You don't actually put any money down when you understand how to structure deals like a pro. Why don't you tell Ryan what you think by leaving him a review? Problems, challenges and opportunities on Thursday. Every Thursday, Ryan takes you deep inside his business, sharing his problems, walks you through his challenges, talks about the opportunities that you only find once you've broken through the wall. That's the secret that every entrepreneur discovers, because the biggest problem in your business today usually becomes your greatest opportunity and asset tomorrow.
Hey podcasters, I hope everybody's well on this fine day. What are we today? It's actually Saturday, the 1st of August. It's a fantastic day. It's the Grand Prix again, the British Grand Prix Silverstone. I'm absolutely looking forward to that. I don't know, well, the qualifying, I mean. I haven't seen the qualifying yet. I've got Sky. I'm going to watch Sky Go because I'm out. I'm working at the moment, but yeah, as soon as I can, pick up my son and then listen or watch. Excuse me. Then watch the Formula One. So really looking forward to that. And it's another great day at the same time because I'm collecting some keys to another property. So I just want to walk you through this particular deal so you understand the numbers, you understand the structure, you understand how he found it, you understand how he put the deal together, and you understand how it makes, how much does this particular property make? Well, let me work it out now. 2290, we get 36. Okay, it makes £1,200 a month. This particular property, £1,200 a month, every single month, by, well, finding and structuring and putting this deal together in this particular way. So let me walk you through the numbers and the structure of this deal. So it's actually a student property. Now don't worry, we're not renting it to students. You won't have loads of freshers wrecking the house, parties, crazy parties being problematic. However, when I say that, at the same time today, we've just had a complaint on another property we got, which was a student property. We turned it into professionals. Well, I say professionals, they are professionals. They're contractors, they're working, they're foreign from overseas. Very nice group of guys. It's actually 8 group of guys. It's an 8-bed HMO. And yeah, we just had a complaint today from the neighbours saying that they're in the garden talking, quite late at night in the garden. It's the summer, just making the most of it when they come up from work, and they're playing the guitar. So, some traditions, some old folk traditions, people from Poland, people from Russia, those parts of the world that they've still got some great traditions, which is a bit of singing and a bit of folk music and a bit of playing the guitar and instruments. When they've gone working hard all day in another country, they come back and there's 8 men together and they're with their friends, or they've become friends, and they just want to have a few beers, have some drinks in the garden, have some cigarettes, enjoy the dusk, and play some music, play the guitar and a bit of singing, and then they go back to work the next day. That basically is their life while they're here. But, somebody's complained, the neighbours complained, we had students there, the students have gone, now we've got builders, contractors there, and they're complaining about the contractors, saying they're worse than the students. So, yeah, comes with some careful management, these properties, but anyway, I digress there. So this particular property was, excuse me, I don't know why, but every time I drive, I just fall asleep. Every time I get in the car to drive, I just fall asleep. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some kind of illness. Maybe it's a trapped air in the car because I have the aircon on and there's no fresh air. I don't know what it is. If anybody knows, let me know. Hit me up on social. Leave me a review and tell me if you know the answer to why every time I get in the car, I fall asleep. Seriously. It's very dangerous, I know. I'm literally falling asleep. I've been in the car for 10 minutes. And I'm yawning non-stop. And again, what is going on? I just don't understand. I'm yawning back to back in the car. I've had 3 yawns in about 3 minutes. I'm not really tired, but it's just madness. I'm in the car. I don't know. Anyway, I digress there. So let me walk you through this deal. It's a 6-bedroom, fully licensed student property, a HMO. Everybody here now, by now, should know what a HMO is. If you don't, type it into Google, okay? Now, it's a 6-bed student property HMO, fully licensed. Now, the landlord would usually rent that property to students, and it would rent for in the region of about $500 a room, 6 rooms. That's about £3,000 a month, okay? Another yawn. 4 yawns in flipping about 4 minutes. 5 minutes, I've been recording this, 4 yawns. Anyway, so they usually rent it for around about £3,000 a month. 6 rooms, £500 a room, 2 showers, 2 bathrooms, 2 toilets, 2 sinks, 2 showers, like I just said. Now, this time of year, they haven't got the money they wanted. The set of students has just left. Pandemic, coronavirus, less people coming to the UK, less people wanting to join the university, less people on campus, more people studying online, more people not coming to the country, more people nervous about the pandemic, which is understandable, of course it is. So what do? It means the student numbers are dwindling. What does that mean for you and I? Let me tell you. It means there's more opportunities around if you guys just listen to my episodes, listen to my podcast, take some action and fucking do something. Just do something. I'm explaining to you how to print money, how to make money, how to get money, how to attract money, to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve in business, in your life, through that financial element, okay? If you want money, this is how to get money right now. This property gives me £1,200 a month net profit every single month. Now, let me walk you through how it does that, okay?
If you're already shortletting on Booking.com or Airbnb and you're not generating $8,200 for your 3 beds, $6,200 for your 2 beds, or even $4,100 for your 1 beds each month, then oh my goodness, you're losing money every single month. Now, I created an ebook to show you exactly how we hit those numbers consistently in my business, and I want to give you a free copy so I can show you exactly how you can do the same. Just go to www.theyrentanyhome.com/free book and tell me where to send your copy. Does that make sense?
So, what's very important before we go forward is the market is saturated with student properties right now. Any of the student properties on the market right now that don't get rented by September, what do you think happens to them? What do you think happens? They fucking sit empty until next year because the landlords are in denial, or they come down to a low price, keep going down, keep going down, keep going down until somebody wants to rent the property. Now, if there's less students, less demand, and more properties, which is saturated, there's not many groups of students left that would take a 6-bedroom house. Is this starting to make sense to you now, how we can make £1,200 a month from this property that's on at £3,000 a month? Is it starting to make sense? I hope it is. I hope you're getting there. So let me just take you a little bit deeper, a bit further. Okay, so it's on the market for $3,000. It came down to about $2,800. It came down again to about $2,600. But in the right climate, it would rent at £3,000 a month. So the asking price now, when we found it, was around about $2,700 something, I think. $2,750, something like that. So my company, I put an offer in about 2 weeks ago to say, yes, we've looked at it. This is what we do. And I'd like to pay, I think it was, excuse me, another yawn. I think I offered about $2,100 for the property on a 3-year deal. That's the highest I could go, knowing I would get $3,000 a month for that property, which would make me around £900 a month, okay? Happy with that. Oh, I have a phone call. 1 second. I'm going to put you guys on pause. It's actually the agent that we're dealing with, so 1 second. I'll be back. Okay, so a little pause there. Now I'm back. That was the agent just saying they've got the keys ready. They've got the contract ready for me to come in to sign the contract, to send the funds and collect the keys. That's today. This deal was done yesterday. late yesterday, collect the keys today, send the funds today. We're in there today. Okay, so let me go back to where I was. I offered around 2150 for this property on a 3-year guaranteed rental contract. No voids for the landlord, no fees for the landlord, no commissions for the landlord, no maintenance for the landlord, no hassle for the landlord, and no eviction for the landlord. That's just what my company guarantees for every landlord we work with, okay? So they came back and said no, they're holding out for the 2,750 kind of thing. So a little bit of hardball, they're holding out, the numbers just don't work for me, okay? At that price, there's not enough of a margin left. If I can get 3,000, and they are, or 3,000 is typical what they would usually get, I can still get more than that. But they would typically get about £3,000 a month for that property from students, 6 of them, or as one household, one house kind of thing, one group. And I offered 2,150. So that would have brought in around about £850 a month, rented on the basis of how they rent it. But what I have is contractors. I have companies which I'm working with that call me every single week saying we have 4 men, we have 8 men, we have 12 men, we have 16 men, we have 20 men, we've got 24 men, and now we have a contract to house 44 men in one hit. And we've done nearly all of them apart from about, 10, 12, which will be going in next week, okay? So we've got obviously lots and lots and lots of properties to accommodate these people. So what I have is let me just split this into 2 things. My offer at 2,150 only worked on the basis of I commit to that price now, and then it takes me a bit of time to find a group of tenants, normally about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? So I would have paid that price. Now, the landlord said no, and this is for an agent. So what actually happened was the guys came to me, the contractors, with a new contract and said, right, we now need to house this many men by this particular date, okay? So I went back to the owner and literally made them, or the owner, the landlord, through the agency, of course. I went back to them and literally made them an offer that they couldn't refuse, okay? It was on at something like it come down now, by the way. Came down to something like 2,675. So what I did is I went back to them and said, look, only because I have my group of men right now, I can pay more right now. So I made them an offer based on, I will pay £2,500 a month for 12 months. That's the term. I will need 1 month completely free from the day I get the keys. During that 1 month, which is rent free, my team will clean the carpets, my team will do the touching up, my team will deal with some damp, which was just condensation on the windows at the front, and basically make the property presentable again, which is what the last tenants or the landlord would have to do before a new set of tenants moved in. So the landlord has probably saved about 2.5-3 grand. My team, it probably cost me £500 to do the work. I need to move my guys in on Tuesday. This is now Friday we done the deal. Now it's Saturday, I'm collecting the keys and sending the funds and signing the contract. My guys go in tonight, this afternoon, this evening, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and finish off Monday. Tuesday, our guys move in. Now, here's where we make £1,200 a month, okay? Now, because I have simultaneously the group of guys, right, to move in, I've now entered into a contract with them at £3,700 a month, and my company pays all the bills. So let's say the bills are 300. What's that? 3,000. It's 3,700. So 3,400 is what I actually get. Okay, 3,400 after I've paid the bills, and I'm actually paying 2,500 for this particular property.
Make sure you've subscribed, because tomorrow you'll get free Fridays. Every Friday, we bring some fun and excitement back into business by giving away the unlocks you need to push you through the hurdles. Free training giveaways, free products, free mentoring, and all because it's Free Friday. So make sure you've left a review, posted questions in the Property Crash Course community, or done something great so we can salute you.
So I collect 3,700 or 3,695, and I actually pay £2,500 a month. Oh, the phone's ringing again. Sorry about that, peoples. Another call coming through. So I pay I collect 3,695. I pay 2,500. However, when you factor in the 1 month rent free over the 11 months, that actually works out that I pay 2,291. Okay, so based on what I pay, based on what I collect, it generates a gross of £1,409 a month. From that, I have bills and some expenses to pay, which is just under £300. So basically, it brings in about £1,110 a month. Okay, £1,109 a month, exactly. So £1,109 a month. Okay, by finding the deal through an agent, looking on their website, looking on Rightmove, contacting the agent and saying to the agent, "We're a company. This is what we'd like to do. Are you happy with company lets? Will you rent to a company? We need consent to rotate our tenants, put contractors in, put key workers in, put NHS workers in, put students in, put sharers in, put professionals in, and even list the property on booking.com to fill the voids when we want to." Have you got any clients that are okay with that? Have you got any student properties that are vacant? Have you got any landlords that are up for doing a deal? Deals along these lines. We found the property. They said they were happy. They called the landlord. The landlord said yes, they're happy with that company let. We viewed the property. I put one offer in. It was rejected. I put another offer in. The phone's ringing. 1 second. Put you on pause. Busy day today. Sorry about that, guys. Another phone call. Have a problem in a hotel that I bought the lease on during the lockdown. 14-bedroom guest house. And yeah, we got a smashed window. Just one window upstairs in one of the single rooms at the front. Side sea-facing view. And it was actually a new housekeeper of ours. She was cleaning the room a few days ago, and she was wiping the windows just to clean some marks off and handprints. And one of the windows, she didn't really wipe it that much harder, but because the beading on the outside wasn't there, someone's repaired the window in the past, and they just literally held it on with a nail at the top. So as you can imagine, nail and glass and a tiny bit of pressure doesn't really work together. So she literally just leant on it a little bit. It touched the nail because there's no silicone, no beading, no putty, and then it just cracked, just like exploded from the top, shattered into cracked like 20 times kind of thing. So anyway, we took it out. My nephew stayed in that room for a few days. We've closed it off from guests. The guy's just gone there now to do it and realised that part of the frame is rotten, where it's been replaced so many times in the past, and it's a top floor, it's about 6 or 5 floors up. The outside window, very difficult to do. Sash windows, old, grade 2 listed. Can't get any worse than that. You can't really, the whole window needs to come out, but there's no time to do it like that, and you know, it will need replacing eventually. So what he's going to do is cut from the inside to make the whole accessible from the inside, and then put beading on first, nail it on, and glaze it from the inside. It's the only way to do it without taking the window out. So yeah, problems, challenges, being in business, having properties, and you know, having a hotel. You know, these things happen. So sorry about that, guys, for that interruption, taking those calls during this podcast. But I'm driving. It's the 1st of August. It's a busy day. It's Grand Prix day. I'm on my way to pick my son up. I'm going back to pick up some contracts, some keys. We've got, you know, builders in, the hotel, and everything else. So it's just a usual day. But anyway, back to the numbers on this particular deal. So 3,695 I collect. I pay the bills, which is just under £300 a month, and I pay £2,500 a month. 6-bedroom, fully licensed HMO on 3 floors. Very, very large property in a very, very good area, decent area. Okay, so when you factor in the 1 month rent free, £2,500 off, divide that over the 12 months, or deduct it from the 12 months, it works out that it's 2,291 a month I actually pay, not the £2,500 that I pay. So that gross, what I get, the difference in what I collect or what I charge to what I pay, is £1,409 a month. So after I've paid the bills, I've got a net of £1,109 a month, because my bills are always capped on properties at on that particular property, £300 a month. Okay, so that's how I achieved £1,109 a month from a property that I found on the internet with an agent. Asked them if they've got anything empty, anything student properties, anything not renting, anything problematic, anything the owners, landlords, landladies are happy to do with a deal with and happy with a company let on that basis. We found this deal. I viewed the deal. The first offer was rejected, went back with a higher offer, nearly at the full amount, and it was agreed. Collect the keys today. This was all done in 24 hours. The second offer. Collect the keys today. Now my guys are already in another property, waiting to move into this property on Tuesday once my men have done the work. So there you go. That's how I found the deal, structured the deal, put the deal together, found my clients all simultaneously, all within the space of less than a week, more or less in a couple of days to be fair. And that's another £1,109 a month net to my cash flow, to my business, revenue in my company. I mean, could go out and get a bloody, brand new Porsche Cayenne. Could go out and get, a brand new BMW X5, finance or lease. You could probably go out and nearly get a flipping Lamborghini on just two of those deals, okay? So that's not what I want to spend my money on. I'm rather interested in reinvesting it into more property deals, more high cash flowing deals. You guys can do whatever the hell you want with the money. All I care about is helping you and showing you the way how to make money right now, where the opportunities are right now, where the challenges are right now that you can unravel, you can overcome, and you can also cash in and profit and make money in a property crash, which is right now. I hope you got some value from this episode. If you got any value, why don't you guys just leave me a review? I've been sending you podcasts for a very long time. This is free content, free information. That cost my team a lot of money to produce this, to deliver it to you guys. So anybody who hasn't left a review and a 5-star review and rating on iTunes, how about you go and do that today and I keep sending you these podcasts? Does that make sense?
He's a #1 Amazon bestseller. He's an NLP manipulator. He's a property course seller. He's a Lamborghini driving multi-millionaire property guru. Forget that same old boring I am me narcissistic podcast format, because nobody gives a f***. This podcast is all about you. So I'm taking these few seconds to thank you for subscribing, to thank you for leaving your 5-star reviews, and thank you for sharing this show with all of your friends. My team and I will keep bringing you these episodes and answering all of your burning questions in my Facebook community group called Property Crash Course. If you can just keep telling all of your friends about this show.